Good morning. It's Diane Evans from stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times, welcome. I'm so glad that you found me, whether you found me on Facebook or if you have found me on YouTube. I'm really happy that you have. Remember that this is a live recording, so if I am making comments to different people, that's probably the reason why. One thing, this is Saturday, and this is always on the weekend. I always do sketch challenges, and we're already on sketch challenge number 117. Oh my goodness, like that always blows me away that it's been that many sketch challenges that I've done. And sometimes, it gets more difficult to figure out a way to do a sketch until I actually start making the card. So today, actually, we are going to use something that's in the annual catalog, but I'm also going to be introducing you to something else that is coming and is available to customers as of September the 1st. If you are a demonstrator, good morning. If you are a demonstrator and if you want to get something early, you can always join my team, and then that way you'll be able to get ahead of the game. So here is the sketch, and why don't I just hop on right on down to the desktop there. So here is the sketch. I'm just going to straighten this up a little bit. And it's basically a regular card base, and then we've got a layer that's 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then another layer here that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. We have this circle, and I've actually used this from the Stylish Shapes dies. I've actually used a few of the things from there. And then I've got a banner, which is 1 by 3 3/8, and then this other banner that's 1/2 by 2 3/4. So like I say, this is a fairly simple sketch. Now, also, just to let you know, I have been very bad at not announcing who the winners are for the mystery and sketch challenge. That will be announced at 1 o'clock on my Facebook group. So make sure you check back at 1 o'clock. Also, this sketch is scheduled to post at 10:45 so that you can follow along and enter in a sketch. All right. So what we're going to be playing with are these fresh cut flowers. Now, this is in the annual catalog. It can be found on page 65. And it's just like right here. But then what's happening now is that as of September the 1st, for non-demonstrators, they now have some dies that go along with it. Now, these dies are only available, these dies are only available while quantities last. So as of September the 1st, you can go ahead, order your dies. Also, if you don't have the stamp set, what they've done is you can get your 10% discount on these dies and the bundle if you go ahead to buy them. So lots of fun things. There's so many other ones that they've added dies to, and I'll be showing you those as we go along. So I'm very excited about this. Remember, if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I do have a very generous reward program for online purchasing. So just reach out and I can let you know what that's all about. All right, so this is the card sketch. I'm going to use this big die there. And like I say, we have die cuts there. This one's really neat. It has some really nice edging. And I also, I like some of these other ones that go along with it. So like I say, I know in a couple of weeks, my sketch is also going to be using this fresh cut stems. So that's going to be another fun one to watch on there. All right, so let's get going on here. So I have my cards here. And here we go. All right. So I have a piece of cardstock. Like when I do my card sketch, I always say a regular card base. And that's the finished card base. So basically that is like the 4 by 5.5 inch card base. But today what I've done is I've cut this 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I've scored, or by 11, and I've scored it at 5.5 so that I've got like more of a 10-fold card on there. I'm going to come in with my memento because we're going to use our stamping blends on here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this out. I always say when you're doing with stamping blends, your best thing to do is to stamp, cut out, and then color. And the reasoning being for that is so that basically you don't do all that coloring and then find out that you haven't stamped, you haven't cut it out properly. So it's just saving you one extra step if by any chance you do have problems cutting your stamp out. Now this, like I say, this die fits perfectly. When I first looked at this die, I was going, oh, is that going to cut everything out individually? It doesn't. So that's kind of a fun thing. So I'm going to come in, and this will also go through my mini cut and emboss. So all of these go through my mini cut and emboss. So that's nice. If you're traveling, you can take your mini. I'm actually just going to put this on here, and you know what? I'm going to put it on here, and then I'm going to use my Post-it note tape. There we go. So yes, I have announced all the winners. The winners as of, it'll go on at about 11 o'clock this morning. Personal message me if you're one of the winners, and we can arrange, like if you live in Canada, I'll be sending a stamp set. If you live outside of Canada, I'll be sending a PDF. Or if you want and you're in Canada and you want the PDF, by all means, I can send the PDF. All right, so let's just go there. There we go. And I think that's all I really need for today, because I've gone ahead and I've cut out for my stylish shapes, the different shapes that I need for it. So like I say, I've cut it out, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it. And I know what's happened to me when I haven't done it that way. What happens is I end up getting it a little uneven. And like I say, this just saves it. All right. So let's look at our sketch again. So we have a piece. So I've actually gone with Pool Party is what I've done. And I've used Pear Pizzazz, and this is the one piece there. And then I've cut out another piece with the Pool Party. Now, see this beautiful embossing folder? This is the Painted Posies embossing folder. And I thought this would look so pretty with this on here as well. So let me go ahead, and I'm just actually going to attach that on there right now. And then we'll go ahead and do some quick coloring. And actually, I've gone ahead and finished the coloring, but I'll just show you some basics of what I did with the coloring. Yeah, this is such a pretty embossing folder. Now, it might be one that might have gotten missed where you didn't see it in the catalog, but man, is it pretty. There's a few in there that really do kind of get missed when it's not put with anything else in the catalog. Like it's not featured with another bundle or something like that. So, like I say, that's all we're doing is just putting this on. This is a really simple sketch. All right, so I do have a piece. This is the circle, and I've cut that out with the stylish shapes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that on there, and then I'm going to start popping this up. This is going to go on here, but this piece here, once I color it, is going to go on here, and then I'm just going to put this over top. And I might even cut this little bit off or bring this up. Probably bring it up. All right, so that's how that card is going to go. So to show you how I did the coloring on here is I went and I took my light and dark So Saffron. And all I did was I laid down the color first, the light color first. and use a light hand on it. And then I went in with my dark. And you know what? There isn't that much of a differentiation with the light and the dark. So I actually went in with the light Daffodil Delight. And all I did was just color. And then I also used Petal Pink on here. I wanted just a tinge of a different color on there. And then I went back in with my light. It's a dark. Could have do the brush end with this and then just came in. Whoops. This looks to me like light Daffodil Delight. Oh my goodness. This is the light So Saffron. And then just blended that together. And I did that on all the color, all the flowers there. And then for the leaves, I used the light and dark Old Olive. And just colored the leaves and then also did the accents with the dark. And sometimes what will work, I normally always put on what is it called again? Okay, this is called Fresh Cut Flowers, and the dies are fresh cut stems, and these will be available as of September the 1st for everybody. Now, if you're a demonstrator or if you want to get this early, you can always sign up and you can start to see a lot of the different product earlier. Plus, also right now during celebration, there's that amazing memory keeping the agenda, which is amazing. I love it. I like the fact that I can keep my my priorities straight. I can set my goals. I can also make sure that I keep my appointments, because I'm one of those people that I really, really need to do. I need to see. I need to have things written down. I'm not very good when it's done virtually. All right, so I'm just going to put these lids back on, and I know they're a little mixed up, but I'll get those fixed before I put them back. So I did go ahead to save the time. I did go ahead. Oh, the embossing folder. The embossing folder is called Painted Posies. So yes, and it's a 3D and it's a 6x6. Yeah. All right, so I did go ahead and color this up ahead of time. And one other thing that I did do with it is I came in with my light pool party and I colored in between there so that it gave, so it was just like, it'll go like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on there. I had actually used this for another card sketch, this particular one, and I used it with metallic paper. And it was really, it gave such a different look on it. It almost looked like it was waxy. So this is going to go up here. We're going to put this across here. So, okay. So I'm going to pop those up with dimensionals. So for next Saturday, what I'll be doing is I will have a live go for next Saturday, but I'll be on my way to New Orleans. Well, we hope anyways, for a Stampin' Up event. So I'm quite excited about that. I was supposed to go 3 years ago. And of course, that was the outbreak of COVID. There we go. Now see how nice that cuts that part out. Now we're going to put this across here. And I'm going to put dimensionals there and there so that it covers over that part. There we go. And it's just going to go like so. And then on this piece, like I say, these are cut from the Stylish Shapes. I love these two colors together. I am then going to stamp some words on there. So I wasn't sure which words to use. So I wanted a thank you card. So I think I'm going to do this on the Sending Smiles. It's such a great stamp set, a note of thanks. So I'm just going to go a note of thanks across there. And I think I'm going to stamp that in Bermuda Bay so that it shows up on this pool party. This is quite thin, so you need something that is, let's see, a note of thanks. There we go. I love these ones that you can interact with an awful lot of the different ones. So let's see how that turns out. There. Yeah, that'll work. Right. So now this is photopolymer. I probably should have something underneath it. I'm just seeing if I can get this straight. It's hard when I don't want to put my, there we go. It's a little crooked. I'll just turn it over. We'll see which one is best. Okay, just going to put that on there. And I'm thinking, should it be popped up? No. And the reason I'm not popping that up is because there's quite a bit of the card already popped up. There we go. And of course, now we have to put on some embellishments. So there's the card up close. Now, the other thing is I do have a piece for the inside. And let's look at that stamp set and see what else I could put on there. It has some really nice, I really like this one as well, but this silhouette one is quite nice too. And I think I might do that in a pool party. That should work okay on a pool party. So let me grab my pool party. Hello. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see how that's going to stamp. Okay. Now I have to be careful that there's no halos on here. What I should really do is stamp it like this. Right. And we'll just put this down onto this corner here. There we go. And then that can go on the inside. And embellishments. I'm wondering which ones I should use. Decided with no ribbon on this card. There we go. Let's see. Oh, you know what? These polished dots might look okay too. There's polished dots. There's iridescent rhinestones. I'm wondering what the polished dots would look like. Let's take a boo at that. Yep, that'll go okay with that. So I'm going to come in and let's put a bigger one up there. There. And one right there. So there's the card. Now, another thing that we could have done is we could go on and put some Wink of Stella on there. Or we could just leave it. I think what I'll do is I'll just leave that like that for the time being. So let's just go over this. This is the embossing folder I used was the Painted Posies, which is, like I say, it's gorgeous. I did kind of cover it all up, which is kind of a sad little thing. I used the Fresh Cut Flowers. And now, starting as of September the 1st, there will be these perfect pairings. This is one of, I think, 5 or 6 that they've added dies for. Now, these dies are only available while quantities last. So come September, once the dies are gone for certain ones, they're completely gone. And there's our card sketch. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now, don't forget to make sure that you do go in and you do your card sketch, put it into the Facebook group. The group is down below. If you're on YouTube, there is a there. I do give away a stamp set for people that live in Canada, and because of regulations with Stampin' Up, I can't do it outside of Canada, but I can definitely give you a tutorial. And I have quite a few tutorials that are available, so there is actually some that you could pick. So I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure, like I say, one of the best forms of compliments that you can give me is to share my video. If you can also share my post from Facebook, I really do appreciate that. So until Monday, I'll be back on Monday. I'll be doing something with something. I don't know. I have no idea. I never seem to know until that morning of, just because I have so much to get done before I go away to New Orleans. So yeah, anyways, there's the card again. How pretty is that? All right. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.